start the show. The Good Life with DT and Spicoli. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life.
What up, Spicoli?
Yo, DT, what's poppin', my man?
Oh, man, just chilling. What's up with you?
I am so excited to introduce one of the tallest bands I have ever met, Screaming for Silence.
What up?
These dudes are so tall, they would tower over you guys. All right? I'm telling you right now, when you see Screaming for Silence, you are looking very high up onto the stage. These guys are like 6'8" and taller.
Seriously?
It still stands that any band wants to play us in basketball, man. We'll put as much money as you got on it. That's for sure.
Zeb, what are you? Zeb, are you 6'4", 6'5"? What are you?
Like 6'5", yeah.
And then Danny, are you the shortest member, or what are you, 6'2"?
Yeah, I'm 6'2" on a good day. I'm probably like 6 foot in real life, but the roster would say a little taller, right?
So I'm 5'6". Everyone's a giant to me.
Yeah, DT, he's like 5'4".
Fuck you, man. I'm 5'6". Give me a little bit of credit. Oh my god, dude, I'm stoked to have you guys on, man. Yeah, say Screaming for Silence, dude. When you commented on that post we made, I was like, oh shit, dude, this is awesome. So Cole immediately was like, we need Zeb on now.
Yes, thank you guys for having us, man. We're stoked. Yeah, we definitely want people to know we're still around. That's for sure.
And so what happened? Your shit got hacked or something, you were saying?
I think it's been just about 2 years ago that somebody had got into our Facebook account and hacked, and all of a sudden all these random videos started popping up, and it got ugly, man. You know, we so hard to get back into it. Like, we've even got connected with people who work for Meta or for Facebook and can't do it. Like, I don't know why it's so hard to do that. And then now we found out there's other bands that are kind of going through the same thing, and just, it's nearly impossible. So we're probably going to have to bite the bullet and start a new page at some point. We're still holding on to hope that we might get it back at some point. But
What's your advice for upcoming bands? Always change your password or something, or what?
Jeez.
Oh yeah, do that dual authentication factor and do it all.
Yes.
Protect yourself, because that was, oh my gosh, when it first happened, we had this like quick minute to get the account back, but because we didn't do that two-factor dealio, that hacker knew what was going on, blocked us out, and before we know it, Scream for Silence is posting videos of bridges being built and waterfalls in different countries, and change it up a little bit.
it's just crazy because I remember, I mean, this is going to kind of date us a little bit, but I remember like when Facebook started building that page. Like, that's how long we've been around. We were literally a band before Facebook was a thing. So
Yeah, we would do groups of like 250. With the group, I think, was like 250 or 500 people we were allowed. And then you could only get so many invites off that. And then it went to another stage where you could do the event pages. And then we were like, oh, this is great. Then all of a sudden you get charged for it. Oh, sure, you can, we'll promote you, but it's going to cost you a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you guys have been in Omaha as a band for, okay, is it 20 years?
We're getting close, man. I think we're coming up on like 19 or 20 for sure. Yeah.
I remember debuting Separate on the radio, and that moment, like, I remember the phone line, ding, 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 ding. They're like, who is this? I'm like, these dudes are in our own backyard. These dudes, you need to know about Screaming for Silence. Walk us through that moment when you were putting together Separate, and that really took off for you
That's
guys.
exciting.
That was really kind of the start for us that really sprung us into action there. But, recording that song was actually fairly quick. Justin from Emphatic helped us a little bit with that one. And it was like we sent it to you guys, and like literally the next day it was on the radio and rolling, and then we're on the Rock Fest, and things just really kind of, steamrolled. So it was awesome. And I still love playing.
I felt like Sophia didn't let us know at first, and then it was a day after we sent her the song. I remember sitting in the car and it came on, and being like, "Holy shit!" And we get on the band text, "Boys, hit 89.7, get 89.7," and there's not many feelings like that. It's pretty special. It was cool.
Yeah, and then you hear your song on the radio. You're playing big festivals. People are singing your songs back to you. What's that feeling like?
Oh man, that's the best feeling in the world. West Fair will always have a special place in my heart just because that's where I grew up going to festivals and stuff. So the first time we got to play it, I remember it was kind of a cold, shitty day, but it was sold out. And I remember people singing "Separate," and just there was no feeling like it, man. It's amazing. That part never got old.
It's so hard to leave the stage. The last song's coming up, and you're like, oh shit, we're already here. It's almost over. Like, oh man. But then you go right over to the merch stand and have just the best conversations, and you get to speak with everybody, and that's the best.
Hell yeah. Which show was that? Because I remember one of them was in like April or May, and it was fucking freezing out there. Was that the show you're talking about?
It was.
I think it was May Rockfest.
Yep. I think it was like Stone Sour, Hollywood Undead, I think, was on it. Escape the Fate.
Yeah, I think it was the coldest Rockfest to date. I mean, everybody was super cold, and all the hoodies sold out right away.
Yeah,
People
dude.
didn't know that it was going to be that cold.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say that was the first thing that went, is we sold so many hoodies that day. It was awesome. It was great.
Dude. I mean, good for the bands. I mean, how was it like performing that cold though? What is it harder to perform when it's like that?
A little extra warm up for sure. The guitars are cold, the strings are hurting, your fingers are starting to hurt a little bit. But I mean, I tell you what, you have so much adrenaline leading up to the show, and then by the time got you up there introducing us, it's like, all right, game on, baby, let's go. So a lot of that'll leave once you hit that stage, and it's just like, let's just keep doing this. This is awesome.
Yeah, let's do that every day.
Yeah, so you guys drop Separate, and that goes really well for you. And then I remember playing The King is Crowned. Love that song. Underrated song, by the way. Very underrated. Love that freaking song. And Varsity Blues. Those songs, I mean, still hold up, have a certain place in my heart forever. So The King is Crowned. Awesome. You guys put that together, and that CD is badass, man. I love that. Still, I listen to. I think I have at least 400 streams for Screaming for Silence, dude. I could go to the gym, and I remember Casey. I would be at the gym. He'd be like, "Oh, you got to hear this new song," and he would give me his sweaty, stinky like earbud and make me put it in his ear and be like, "What do you think of this song?" And I'm like, yo, that's dope, dude. And so I always got like a little sneak preview of Screaming for Silence songs from Casey at the gym, and I thought that was super dope, though. Even though it was gross putting his bud in my ears, but I still thought it was cool.
That's a special relationship that you guys now share. And that shit lasts forever, man.
That's right.
Like herpes. That's just forever.
No. We're getting rid of that.
Get your ear holes checked, Spicoli.
Yeah, so when that album dropped, man, I was excited for you guys. And then it kind of like put us, where are you guys at right now?
Yeah, so, after the full length was weird, man, because at that point in time is when we were pushing super hard on the road. Like we were doing, huge tours nationwide, headlining, jumping on some festivals and really starting to gain some traction.
Yeah, and one thing about you guys that what I appreciate when you're on stage, you can tell you guys love each other because the chemistry is so tight. Tell us about how important that is.
Why we were able to do the touring for so long, man, is because when you're on the road, you are with those people 24/7, literally. And Spicoli, just so you know, the one little dirty earbud from Casey, like times that by like 100 with him on the road. We loved each other, man. Literally, like that is the one thing that is amazing is, we hardly ever gotten any like altercations or fights or anything like that. It was just get up and do it again. And as soon as we got home, we'd be on the road for 6-8 weeks. We'd get home, unpack our stuff, and then we'd call each other and be like, what are we doing tonight? Where are we going? Like,
where are we going?
Friends. Like, we loved it, man. It was awesome. It was great.
Yeah, that was huge, especially in the first part of touring, eating ramen noodles and hot dogs, and surviving off 175 of Barton's vodka, and just scraping by, sleeping in Walmart parking lots and wherever we could get. And shit, if we survived that time without killing each other, it was gonna be all right. So as things started coming along, and music got out a little bit, we started building some fan bases across the country. It got nicer and nicer. We actually got showers every now and then, got a bed to sleep in. But yeah, thankfully we did have that special bond to get through some of those, horror stories in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, when they say the rock star life, that's the rock star life, sleeping in Walmarts and having hot dogs.
Absolutely.
Amen. And I tell you what, I feel like you got to go through that to really have that appreciation once you start making your goals and hitting certain points and benchmarks and kind of gaining a little bit more traction along the way. You got to have that appreciation. We saw a lot of things on the road, and it's pretty awesome to be out there, get it, and then try to, be as good at it as you can.
Right.
So you haven't made it till you sleep on a few smelly couches.
Exactly. Exactly.
Amen. With one or two bandmates either around you, on top of you, whatever it may be.
You got to cuddle to stay warm,
Amen, baby. You ever watch Naked and Afraid? Got to do what you got to do.
How many times did the bus break down?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
PTSD just hit,
Yeah.
bro. Look what you did.
I just started sweating.
And we tried everything. The one I remember is we were actually doing a little West Coast run and going to do some recording in LA. And I remember going into Barstow, California, down the hill, and our tire fucking rolling past us. So we're driving.
Oh, there the tire goes.
There's one of our tires. So then just, yeah, I mean, we went through a lot of old beater vans for sure until we learned the lesson that we just finally bought a new one, and man, no headaches after that. That was awesome.
Right.
Totally. Yeah, good old Optimus Prime, the bright blue van with no heat or air conditioning. We're in the dead of summer in Florida. That's when we looked at each other. It was silence in the van. I look over at Zeb. There's just a film of sweat starting to build on him, and we look at each other and go, well, boys, it doesn't get any worse than this.
Yeah.
All right? So
This is
take
it.
to the next spot and do it, And,
What was it good?
Yeah, that's you basically, when you're in a band, I feel like, and you're traveling and you're the jack of all trades. You have to know how to do everything and handle everything, put out fires, and still go on stage and then try to, look like you're having a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You nailed it. That's
Part-time mechanic, part-time rock star, for sure.
right.
I think that's what everybody says. They learn how to be a mechanic the first time they go on tour, man. It's like, oh, shit,
although I was
here we
really
go.
good at just looking and being like, I think there's something wrong with this area right here.
That's missing an entire fucking tire.
Yeah, I think it's here.
Yeah, the tire shouldn't be going down the road. That's a bad look, guys. That's a bad look.
God, that's awful.
Put that back on.
So what kind of time frame are you guys looking at to start getting back in and getting the music rolling?
Yeah, so we've talked to a couple producers that we'd really like to work with, and one in particular that we had some dates going with him, and then I was the one that kind of messed that up because we had a baby. So
Damn it, Zeb!
I know.
Here's the last one. Here's the last one out of all of us to have a baby, and lo and behold, all 5 of us. Baby girls.
Oh,
all the way
dang.
around. That's right.
All dad mom.
Life has a
girl
funny
dad.
way of doing
Dad
that.
mom. Girl dad. You know what I mean. Yeah, my man.
But we hope to, get some stuff set in stone here in, late 2024, early 2025, have some studio time ready to go and some songs ready to roll, man. That's going to be the funnest part for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. We'll be the first to spread the word about Screaming for Silence. We love you guys, and thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it. It's good to see your face and your face too.